It's Thursday night. We're back. Well, it's me and Ross tonight, checking in on a Thursday night. Make sure you check out L2Dcombat.com. Check out keybar.us. We'll be talking about keybar and tech time tonight for sure. And maybe an abbreviated show. We'll see how it goes. Lots going on. Hey, Ross, you know what's funny about the Broncos? They just won their third Super Bowl and finally have as many Super Bowls as the Redskins do.
Yeah, I got to say that I hope they do well this year. But we'll see. New quarterback, we'll see.
Did he go too far as the headline tonight? We talking about a video where a road rage went bad, and we got the video to look at. We've got a couple other crazy videos to talk about tonight as well. Thanks to HPR Ammo. And what else? What else do we got, Ross? So looking over on the Gun News Weekly Facebook page.
I'm gonna break in here real quick, Kevin. Why don't you, for our loyal listeners, why don't you tell them what you were working on so hard last week that we had to miss the show?
Well, there's a couple reasons we missed the show, but one of the big reasons was working on Inspire and getting it to where it needed to be to get it out, and it's been dropped. And thanks to everybody that's watched it, shared it, supported it. We appreciate it. Schwell and I worked very hard to get that thing from nothing to something. It's something, and it's going to continue. There was a lot going on. There's a lot going on internally in the Gun News Weekly family. We'll talk about a little bit of it at the end of the show. But again, it's just something where seasons change, people change, things, different interests and different things go in different directions sometimes. And again, we're not hiding anything, but part of that was this whole thing with Inspire taking so freaking long, Ross. I mean, we've been talking about it since February, and we've had episodes in the can for a long time. And again, no reason to drag and talk about the issues more than to say that we're back on track. We got the creative taken care of, we got distribution taken care of, and it's a show that I think it's something that everyone involved can be proud of. So thanks for helping support it as well so far.
Well, and I'm going to tell you straight up, I've watched it a few times. The first episode of Inspire, and wow, man, you guys really knocked it out of the park. Really knocked it out of the park.
Well, thanks. And you were there for one of the tapings of it. You've seen it up close and live before. It's not just another gun video. It's talking to people in the gun world. All have that commonality of two-way support and the love of being in a country where you're free and have the freedoms that we do. But all have some sort of common thread. We started with Little Red Danger, Eden Rose. Go over, check out her page on Facebook. We just started a Facebook page on Inspire literally today. Anyone that's watching the show, I'd love it if you go over there and help support the cause by hitting the like button on the Inspire page. And it's /Inspire Interviews. So if you get a chance, go over there. But also we'll be dropping not just the main show. It's not just in Eden's case, I think it was 20 minutes, Ross, total. We'll also be dropping different snippets of things that didn't make the show that just didn't fit the flow of the message that we were showing in the show, which is, again, how this person was inspired and continues to inspire other people. It's we've got a lot of other content to drop along with it. And in addition to the Gun News Weekly and the Tac Daddy YouTube pages, we'll be dropping on way more stuff and a lot of exclusive stuff right on the Facebook page as well. So there you go. And away we go with the and I think a lot of the inspired stuff came from and was inspired through the Gun News Weekly show and the different interviews that we've done along the way. You know, there's no two ways about it. By the way, we are live on Facebook. Thanks everybody watching there. And let's get into some stories. The first one tonight, Ross, is a police chase that you did not see. Let me share this. These police chases, I'm assuming Phoenix. This is Phoenix. in Phoenix and California, they do some fantastic police chases, and this one was no exception. This was live on television, and they've got the whole chase. You can see that one, right, Ross?
Oh yeah, you bet.
Okay, and it literally, the chase starts here. They're live on the air. It goes from
right now.
It goes from a minute in, and he's flying. He's doing his thing. He's weaving through alleyways, backing up. Hold on. Then it gets pretty serious as a bunch of unmarked cars start getting close.
Bank robberies, those are also federal crimes. You get the FBI involved, and any driver. Now, what's going on with his?
I don't know what these guys are talking about. Let's get to the action. 16 minutes. Here we go. You ready? Watch this.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
Here we go. Almost. Yep. Okay. Nice. Hit maneuver. Look at that.
Look at that.
That was just.
Watch the guy in the truck.
That was textbook there. Oh,
no.
Wow.
Okay, we're going to get off of it very quickly.
Gonna get off right there.
There you go. They had to get off because they were putting bullets through that windshield and dropping that dude.
It must have been a threat to those officers. That's all I'm going to say about that. Obviously, his driving was a threat to the citizens. He got taken out as you would expect. Although I like the choice of cars.
He's got his gun drawn right there.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can even zoom in a little bit more on that, which I know I can. Ooh, look at that ad at the bottom of the page.
Oh.
A little belly fat for you. Right there, you can see the guy with his gun drawn as he's exiting the truck. We can't see what's going on inside the truck, but it's more than him. And then you have the guy on the flank here on the left-hand side of the screen that's also shooting at him, I believe. I don't know if there's more than just those two shooting.
Well, I suspect because this was the end result of an armed robbery at a bank, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That they're not going to go back.
Yeah. So they shot him live on TV. There you go.
Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing what makes TVs these days with the readily available video feeds and all that stuff. It's just
well, and anyone watching's got the back button on their remote control too. It's not like just because they went to another scene, obviously they don't want to show the guy bleeding and getting pulled out of the car, but yeah, he got taken down quickly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, let's look at a couple other stories real quick. What else do we got tonight? This Good Morning America is the source of the video here that we have, but let's show this one as well. 1 second, Ross. I'm just queuing it up. This is the one from Chicago. And we know that Chicago had another terrible weekend over, again, anytime there's a 3-day weekend, there's another number that comes out of Chicago that's crazy, where people were killed. Ross, you and I were looking at some stuff before the show started. 3,000 so far this year?
Yeah, 3,000 shootings, 500 homicides by gun out of 3,000 shootings so far this year. And we're just at three quarters of the way through. So
it's nuts. So here's one that's just literally out of the blue. It looks to me like the suburbs, but let's watch the video first.
Down the senior citizen and then shot him. The entire ordeal captured on tape by a neighbor's surveillance camera. Watch 71-year-old Federico LaGuardia out watering his front lawn Tuesday when two men ride past him on bicycles. Moments later, one of those men returns, wrestling LaGuardia to the ground, shooting him in the abdomen, then rifling through his pockets and stealing his wallet.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you're not even safe in your own yard.
Injured, LaGuardia then gets himself to a neighbor's front door and calls for help. The unbelievable video, another sign of the record-breaking violence plaguing some parts of Chicago. In 2016, nearly 3,000 shootings so far, more than 500 murders, more than New York and Los Angeles combined.
It's not a police issue. It's a society issue. Impoverished neighborhoods, people without hope,
do these kinds of things. You show me a man that doesn't have hope, I show you one that's willing to pick up a gun and do anything with it.
Wow, that's a powerful statement. But
Super powerful statement.
I think he's dead on. I mean,
Yeah.
This is the part of the story that rarely gets talked about. You're talking about one, in totally impoverished areas where there is no hope. If you have no opportunity whatsoever. And so then you just weigh the risk versus the penalty. And if you've had the penalty before and it's something you could deal with, you're willing to risk it again. If it's something you've never had the penalty, you're probably willing to risk it that first time. If it's about, again, feeding yourself, getting ahead, doing something other than nothing. But that's horrible. I mean, you guys watering his lawn. On the other side of the flip side of it is, what the hell has happened to America? How are we to the point that this guy can't be out watering his lawn without a couple guys riding by on bikes come back and shoot him? Hold him up. They didn't hold him up. They didn't kick his ass and take his wallet. They just rolled up on him and shot him, Ross.
Oh, I know. They rolled up past him, looked at him, saw he was an easy target. I wonder if he had a visible wallet in his back pocket or something they thought they could get from him. But who lashes out at a 70-year-old man? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I agree. All right, next story. Chicago. I hope they get it together. Honestly, I don't know what the solution is. I really don't. But it just sounds like it keeps getting worse. 500. That's
500 this year. 500 homicides this year, more than LA and New York, the other two high crime areas. Of course, not only two, but the other top two. It's more than both of them combined.
I go back to, I need like a statistician. If anyone in the chat's watching and they know what the number is, I'm curious as to what the number is for the most murders in a city in a year is. Let's see if anyone knows. All right, next story. Shooter dead after gunfire in a Texas high school. This happened just today and over on CNN.com. The interesting story here, well, there's not good news here. A 14-year-old freshman shot and killed herself after wounding another female student at Alpine High School in West Texas. Here's where it gets odd. In the confusion that followed, numerous law enforcement officers rushed to the scene and a U.S. Marshal accidentally shot a Homeland Security agent. Agents in stable condition.
There's more to the story.
What's the more?
There were I think there were a total of, there were two other bomb threats in the area, one at a motel and another at a school. And I believe it was San Ross something school. The police were responding to two bomb threats, an active shooter, and they thought there were two shooters in this active shooter at the school. So when someone else showed up with a gun, they assumed the worst and took a shot.
None of the prank calls or coordinated have anything to do with the shooting at the school. Looks like there's notes that were found. I mean, it looks like chaos today down there.
Chaos at like perfect storm level. You know what I mean?
Just 2 weeks into a new school year, and again, the one school was that was a, again, I think they said freshman.
Yeah, and all that confusion.
The other thing was at a Texas school that was looks like a junior college of some sort. Ross State University.
Yeah, that was the bomb threat, right?
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it seemed like 4 of these things happened at the same time, culminated in a mistake that cost an officer his life.
And they don't have any real data on the freshman herself that shot the other, or why it happened or anything. I was not able to find anything on that.
No whys, just that she
today.
was a good student. She was a good student, and everybody said that her grades were good. She seemed to be well adjusted to the school. Yada yada yada. It's important to note that she was a freshman. Maybe there was some stress there. I don't know. I'm sure we'll get more information as the days progress.
Right. All right, let's talk about the crazy video of the week, and that's all this is. Let me blow it up a bit. And this one we've been talking about and looking at over and over. Let's just watch it first, and then we'll comment on it. Obviously, it's security camera. Guy yells something, goes to his trunk, pulls out a stick or a bat of some sort. Bam, hits the car. Hits it and breaks the glass, breaks the windshield. Now he's being shot by the guy in the car while another guy tries to stop him from shooting people further. Everybody gets muzzled. All right. Name of the episode. Did he go too far? Here's what we see. We have no idea what happened prior to this yet, right?
Nope. But you can assume because of the way the guy pins him in and gets out of his car, points at him, tells him to hang out right there while he goes and grabs a bat.
He knows he has a weapon in the trunk. So now he has a weapon, a deadly weapon, because any weapon like that you can kill somebody with. He walks up on him and clearly takes a swing. That is a swing right at him that the door does block. However, he now takes it above his head, strikes down and breaks the glass. Now he breaks the windshield. Looks to me like the guy inside has now decided to go for his weapon. Now, this guy over here is now walking up to see what the commotion is at the same time. This guy gets very involved. I'd like to talk about him too. Guy in the white shirt. He sees this action. Now this guy has opened the door. So he has now gotten out of his car, gotten the stick, walked up, crushed the side of the car, broke the window, and smashed the windshield. And now he has opened up the door and is directly on this guy. I'm just trying to say as I see it. Guy takes the gun, shoots him, bang, right there. Bang, bang. Looks to me like he shoots him at least 4 times.
Yeah, I counted 4 shots.
Now look at this guy. Let's go back just a minute to look at the third actor. The third person involved. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. This guy in the white shirt. Let's watch him for a second. Hey, you guys stop. Now this guy is actively shooting. And this guy in the shirt says, hey, don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. This is where everybody that's walking up now to see what's going on with the shooting, which I don't understand who these new people are that decided to come run to the shooting. They all get muzzled. Did the guy take his gun and run away?
Did he take his gun?
Hold on. No, the guy has it in his left hand right now.
Yeah.
People are like, oh my, I can't believe it. So the question to the chat, everybody watching online, everyone watching the channel, on gun channels and or just watching on YouTube and on Facebook, did he go too far? What do you think, Ross?
I think this thing is loaded. That's what I think. You don't get to see what happens as far as the road rage incident is concerned, but I'm not really sure that's relevant because the guy has a chance to get away. The guy who gets shot actually started the confrontation that ended up with him getting shot. My only question is, in that situation, if you've got a guy beating on your window with a bat or a stick or whatever the hell that was, do you feel in fear for your life? I probably would. At least a damn good ass whooping, up to and maybe including my life.
If a bat force can break window, can it break your skull?
Yeah.
Can you knock you silly so you fall and break your skull? Can you die from an impact of a bat? Of course.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you got issues that cause you to road rage, remember that there's a lot of people out there these days that are concealed carry, and if you scare them to the point that they feel threatened for their life, you may die.
Ooh.
Because you're upset because someone cut you off in the left lane. I you know what I mean? I've done it. I've been guilty of road rage. I've felt that justification before, but never to that extent, and never would I get to the point where I'm clubbing somebody's window. But you got to be careful out there, man. It's a crazy ass world.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a crazy video. They got it all on tape. It will be interesting to see what we find out.
Well, let's backtrack a little bit and talk about the bystander. Let's talk about the bystander for a second. That's a brave dude right there.
I mean, I'm just gonna watch from the beginning again. Where does he come from? Does he just come from? I think he's just.
I have this. I imagine him outside that door smoking a cigarette. When the guy pulls up and starts yelling at the other guy, he hears it, starts walking out.
The guy get the bat. Bam! He hits it. Here comes the guy. Yes.
Yep. Dude, that's a stand-up dude right there.
He came in a hustle. You know, he came in a hustle. So.
Yep.
I don't think
he came to diffuse the situation for both parties. He was just literally moments too late.
I don't think he had any idea what he was getting into.
None, no. But kudos for stepping out like that. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people these days that'll step out like that.
Huh. All right. Ooh, crazy times. Be prepared. That's all we can say, right? And like you said, you better know who you're messing with before you mess with them.
Yeah, man, it's a scary world. I mean, look at the last two stories. We got some guy watering his lawn in the middle of Chicago who gets shot, and now we got a guy who's parking his car who gets into a situation where he has to use his gun. You know, I mean, good grief, man.
Let's talk about a new gun, and then let's talk about a judgment call. I'm just going right down the list here. IWI. The Tavor, which I shot it last week at the end of the week. Man, it's fun. It's a fun gun to shoot. It's a great size. I've now got it with a laser light on the front, just kind of for a home defense and kind of experimenting with it in that capacity. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. They just released the straight up shipping starts today for the black X95 and 9mm, and there's also going to be conversion kits. So that's the XB17-9 in
9mm. That'd be a nice little gun.
I've shot it in 9. I'm interested in the conversion kit aspect of converting again an X95 to 9mm. I've seen people do the old school Tavors and do that. Advantage is you save money on ammo, right? And less recoil. It's got a lot of control, but I don't know. Interesting. It should be fun to check it out. I'm sure they'll be at Big 3 this year, so we'll be checking that one out for sure. Man walks into field to hunt, then friend snaps photo that's horrifying millions. You hunt still? I know you did like.
I haven't really since the kids came along. We kind of put the kibosh on that. Although the kids are getting older, we now have property. I do have pheasant on the property, which I'd like to eat one night. But no, not really. But I know the picture you're talking about. I don't know why it's so controversial. I think it's awesome.
Man walks into field to hunt, snaps photo that's horrifying millions. This is off of the conservativetribune.com. I'll show the photo. There it is. He's got Junior on a backpack with headset on, and they've got him shooting while Junior's passed out. Dove season, Ross.
I'm all right with that. He's got earphones on. I'm all right with it. I'm sure there are lots of people who have a problem with it, but doves are good, man, and the kids got to learn how to hunt sometime.
As cute as this pic is, I have a problem with it. Again, a lot of people. Here you go. There should be a law against having guns around children the age of 10, whined one woman. Jesus, this is so unsafe.
Why?
Well, I'm pretty
sure.
Why
is this unsafe?
I'm pretty sure that we all know that are watching this show, or at least paying attention, that this guy's probably taking the precautions. Let's hope. It looks like it. I mean, kid fell asleep. We know how hard that is. Straight up. And kudos for having the earphones, the headphones, the ear protection at least.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? People do their passions with their kids all the time. You know what I mean? If your passion was out building a house, you'd probably have your kid out there building a house with you just to show them, get them started early. And I'm sure there'd be somebody out there who'd whine and complain about it. It's just the way we are today.
Seems like every episode we have to talk about another state that's doing something that's just an overreach on your rights.
Yeah.
This time it's Washington. Washington State. Washington AG proposes ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Attorney General Bob Ferguson was proposing a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, joined by a broad coalition of over 50 community leaders and elected officials. They announced Wednesday that he will submit agency required. Let's say, why am I getting a weird read on this? Hold on. That he request legislation in the 2017 session. They want a ban on semi-automatic weapons with military-style features that render them more easily concealable or more deadly, and a limit on magazine capacity, currently unlimited under Washington law, to a max of 10 rounds.
You can take away everybody's gun, and you're still going to have crazy people out there. And like I said, I've said it before, and I will probably say it again before the election happens. It's a mad dash. You know what I mean? It's an uncertain future for the gun grabbers. So they're going to take every opportunity they can before the elections to take what they can, despite the common sense that you can't stop crazy people from doing crazy things.
Listen to how the verbiage again is an issue here, Ross. They're doing these things where they're doing a subliminal softening of everything. Quote, this is the Ferguson, this is the guy. Quote, I have a duty to protect the public as well as uphold the Constitution. My proposal will ban some of the deadliest weapons while respecting the Second Amendment right to bear arms.
Except
so the deadliest weapons, that's a deadly weapon if you point it at people and pull the trigger. Just as deadly as any other weapon. Crazy.
It really is. And at the end of the day, you know, the high capacity magazines make it harder to conceal.
They say basically that their definition, federal government's definition of an assault weapon, is defined as a semi-automatic firearm with the ability to accept a detachable magazine and two or more of the following: folding stock, pistol grip, bayonet mount, flash suppressor, or threaded barrel designed to accommodate a flash suppressor. Because gosh, we know flash suppressors have a lot to do with the effective killingness of a gun.
Oh, Kevin, it's not the flash hider. It's the threaded barrel.
Well, don't forget. And then they throw in a grenade launcher.
Screw somebody.
Then they throw in a grenade launcher. So, you know, you definitely don't want to have grenade launchers on the bottom of your guns, because those are easy to get. You can basically go, you know, anyway, I'm being.
You know what I saw the other day? I'm going to go sideways here for a second. But you know what I saw the other day? I saw a flare launcher on a man, what a cool idea that is, huh?
It actually it is.
It really is cool.
It actually is. Let's see. Side note, Kalashnikov Concern releases the new micro assault rifle to replace the AKS 74U. Go on over to the Firearm blog if you want to read more about that thing.
That's a pretty cool gun.
Let's see what else. Lansang tactical video with Q and Jared from Triumph. You know what's funny is now that I've watched that video and done a couple edits of different segments of that, Q's main point is that you can't rock it. You know, an upper, and when you put together an upper and lower and pins fit in, and that main pin fits in, it's got a certain amount of tension on it, and the tightness of the way that upper and lower meet together. You can't rock a Lansang, and I've been rocking every other gun, like checking all my other. Dude, they all rock. They all have some sort of play. They all have some sort of, and these are good guns. These are not, and a couple of them are not cheap. And he's right. Dude, this is just a funny video because I think the concept is fantastic. I think the video is funny. I think Japan's funny because I'm pretty sure that's where this comes from. I don't know if you guys saw this. So you're sleeping, and an earthquake happens, and your bed takes care of you, is the concept. So check this out. Looks like you got some gas masks, water, med kit, I think there's a slight flaw, Ross.
Yeah, or two.
Let's watch a little bit more of this video. I like the idea. Like I said, I think the idea is great. Oh, now they got a scanner on it. Because the first couple I saw did not have that little scanner video in it. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Ooh, if you're hanging out, ouch.
Shut up.
Oof.
Anyway, I think
that looks an awful lot like a coffin to me.
You know, in an earthquake, though, think about the purpose of it. Hold on a second.
No, I definitely understand it. It's definitely seems like a good invention unless you get to just sitting there until somebody finds you and they don't find you all that quickly. You know what I mean? That could be some serious shit right there. But you got a chance, so
Sure.
touche.
100%. Yeah, but and they give you the supplies. It was funny. I think it was Tosh or something like that. They showed it just the other day after I posted it to us, and then it was they went bloody with it. Like it snapped shut, and the dude's leg was hanging over. You know, me and my girl had a great night out, and like it's the middle of it's a hangover in the morning. Look, and it snapped him shut, and so the limbs went flying and blood went squirting.
Yeah. One of our chat guys, Ken, said, "Wow, an automatic coffin."
Right. Question of the week. I got back-to-back stories here from Schwell that we'll talk about. The first one is: can you have too many of any one kind of firearm? You and I differ on opinion here. Go ahead.
I don't think so. I mean, if your thing is AK-47s or AR-15s or, you know what I mean, you can have many different variations on the gun. You know what I mean? No, you can't have too many guns.
Too many of one gun. Does it become overkill? I mean, at some point. I don't know. I think that diversification is good. I think, yeah, it is. I think the answer to the question is it's personal preference. But I think, I don't know. I think that just like anything else, too much of any one thing can be overkill, so to speak.
Well, me personally, my wife tells me I have too many as it is. So
it is September, by the way, which is your wife buys you a gun month.
I thought that was any month that had an R in it.
There you go. I saw a billboard on the internet.
Right? Yeah, I did too. I see him every month, actually.
I just forward them over to Katie, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Speaking of guns, what's your next gun purchase? As I'm going on to this next story, what's your next gun?
What's my next gun? That is a good question. I'm seriously considering a 308, maybe an American rifle or something like that.
Oh.
I would like, but then again, a bolt action maybe in the future. I am pursuing learning how to long range shoot, like really
long range.
Yeah, long range. I want to do some long range stuff. The short range stuff is relatively easy with a rifle for me. The long range stuff gets a lot trickier with wind and elevation and all that. And I really think that's a science. You know what I mean? It kind of draws me in. So
there's a lot to it. Mills and mill dots and bullet drop compensation.
Oh my God, there's so many different rounds.
You got your grains. You got everything, man. There's a lot to it.
Yes.
I know some people I can have you check out to
how about you, Jack? Next gun?
No idea. Honestly, no idea. As far as the too much thing, I did want to say one cool story that I know is that I had never thought about this before, and I had heard of a collector that's looking to get maybe 2 or 3 years that he does not have of 1911s. One from every year from 1911 all the way till present day. And he's missing a couple of the early years.
Gotcha. Can you have too many guns?
That I was like, dude, think about it. how many? 105. You know, again,
Yeah, right.
105 1911s. I have one 1911.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You know, one gun that really kind of is piquing my interest lately is that FN 56.
the 5.7.
57. Sorry. Yeah. That's been piquing my interest just because the round is more like a rifle round.
Oh yeah, that's a pocket rifle.
Yeah, man. That thing's really got my interest. So we'll see.
Dude, those rounds scream.
Oh yeah, dude. It's a freaking rifle round. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, I'd like to get a conversion for the Tavor and and play with the 9mm one for a little bit. As I recall, excuse me, that round was perfect when we were just using the flip up iron sights on the Tavors. It was dead nuts. You know, the 9mm round up to 100 yards. It was just hitting everything perfectly with very little recoil. You know, you got 30 round stick mags. It's a fun gun to shoot. I don't know. The other story, again, we know suppressors are a big thing this year. Schwell put up an article and actually a video from his YouTube channel talking about the Suppress Ed by Silencer Co. It's basically a guide that walks you through step by step and makes it pretty much as painless as possible, I guess is the easiest way to put it. If you're going down the road of getting a suppressor, looking into it, applying for one, etc.
It really is a shame that you can't protect your hearing without paying $200 or whatever the stamp fee is and waiting 9 months. You know what I mean? It's just a shame.
I think they're getting the time down, Ross, and I think they're getting the process computerized, or it either was going to be, or it has been, or it's going to. You know, again, I believe I have a friend that would know the answer, but I believe they were trying to make the process half of what it was, and that involved.
So you get it in 4.5 months instead of 9.
It involves, and this is there's a couple reasons. There's a couple reasons that I think it's fantastic, and I really want one. I've had the year of the AK, the year of this, where I kind of add to my development and growth in the firearms world, and suppressors is definitely something that's going to happen. I just don't know when, and I'm very hopeful that the legislature and the ability to get them becomes easier as these great companies continue to work hard. They're working very hard to make it what it should be, which is if you want to have something that protects your hearing, you should have the right to do that.
Right. Again, it's another device that makes everything harder to conceal. You know what I mean? It adds length to everything. What is the big problem? And they're not silent. You know what I mean? The misconception is boy, you can't hear it. Bull crap, you can hear it.
Right.
You know?
Well, not only that, it's the whole you can go kill somebody and no one will hear it and no one will know.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
Right.
Complete bullshit.
Yeah. Someone was talking about it on Facebook, and then there's this commercial we posted on the Gun News Weekly group about Mars Special Operations Group's video. It's this. It's back in the day where there's a black and white commercial of kids playing with a gun in the backyard, running around doing special ops and having fun. And
dude, I wish they had that. I know you're going to show it, but I really wish they had that stuff for my kids. I really do. How much fun was that when we were growing up?
Well, other than Nerf now, which they do have some pretty cool stuff, but when was the last time you saw anyone playing with a replica gun? It just doesn't exist in this culture anymore.
No.
Not that I'm aware of, but here's something from even before we were kids.
Commandos, best equipped boys in the field. All the equipment you need for fun and excitement in the Gung Ho Commando outfit by Mars. Just look at all the things you get. There's a battle map and direction finding compass, a cap-shooting automatic with gun belt and holster, a helmet, a canteen, complete musket and poncho. You get a cap-firing Gung Ho hand grenade. And look here.
Check that out.
Battery-powered machine gun with moving ammo belt shoots rapid-fire bullets. There's a real-looking walkie-talkie, too, and the field pack. You got non-com stripes, medals and battle ribbons, even dog tags. It's all for fun and excitement.
What do you think retail was on all of that back in the day?
Oh, shit, $25.95, and that was for the deluxe kit.
Look at that setup. Can you imagine? Look at that commando outfit back in the day, the gung-ho commando outfit. someone came home and gave you that, or you got that for Christmas or your birthday, you were pumped.
Dude, you got a rifle with that, you know,
It's got a
replica. But
no
geez,
doubt.
dude, come
No, with
on.
a tripod. With a tripod,
Right.
you got 1911 there.
Belt fed, belt moves, caps flying, dude. That thing is bad to the bone. It's
Load
it's
up.
a damn shame we can't do things like that today.
I remember like we had some sort of cap device grenade things at some point that you put remember the caps with the red stripes with just those black dots?
Yeah.
Remember old school cap guns?
Yeah.
And, you were supposed to put like one in there, and we would fold it over on top of itself as much as we could and shove it in there and try to make it
Blow up the gun. Yeah.
Yeah, basically blow up the grenade.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
fun,
Or
man.
snapping them with rocks. That was always fun. Snapping caps with rocks.
Yeah. Well, remember those old? There was always revolvers, and if you could get the roll going good, you could sit there and pop, 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 pop.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
The
if there's
good old
anything
days.
else. Yeah, right. It happened.
Yeah.
It happened. I don't know enough about Brock Turner to talk about it. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, this one I wanted to mention, and then we'll get wrapping up. Ohio man accidentally shoots himself during the dentist appointment. This guy was under anesthesia, heard a phone ring, don't know if it was his or not. Reaches for the phone, shoots himself. Yep.
You can't fix. I'm not going to say it. I almost said it, but you know, hey, if you're going to carry a gun, put it in a holster that covers the trigger,
Yes.
please. And thank you.
And I got that.
My life may depend on it.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
All right.
seriously, man.
The EDC stuff. Let's talk about that real quick. Something that's cool about that you wanted to mention, Tactical RX.
I did, man. So at Big 3 this spring, we were out there, and Tactical RX was out there, and tried on a pair of glasses. They sent them to me this week. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago. They sent them to me. I've been wearing them since, and man, those things are fantastic. I got a prescription lens. They're in Smith frames, and dude, those things are tight to the eye. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
Safety glass style. Now, I believe that they did a test out there at Big 3 where they shot a pair of these glasses.
Oh, there's pictures of that all over Instagram, all over Facebook. If you type in Tactical RX, you'll see a bunch of stuff out there.
Yeah. Dude, they are crystal clear, even with the really deep bend in the lens. And a lot of lenses I get that prescription that are bent like that, you get some distortion on the edges and whatnot. None of that, dude. Crystal freaking clear, and dude, an awesome guy to work with. So if you need a pair of really high quality prescription safety glasses, or any safety glasses, or any glasses for that matter, go see Brett Hunter over at Tactical RX. Great people over there, great product, and they stand behind them, which again, in this day and age, it's hard to find. So
No doubt. And they're good people. I met them and had some fun with them. We had them on the live show when we were there. Don't forget.
yeah, they were awesome, dude.
And I know that a couple other people have gotten product from them, and everybody's raving about it. Everyone says it's great stuff. So I'll have to talk to them again. I wear contacts most of the time, but at the same time, if there's a day of shooting to be done and I got the right eyewear, I would go. I'd go eyewear all day.
Well, I'm going to tell you one other thing. So they kind of pioneered this thing. It's like a bifocal, and yeah, I was right there with the bifocals. Okay, I'm that old. Where they do a reverse bifocal, so the bifocal's kind of up top, so you can catch, and it's for shooting, so that you can catch your front sight with the bifocal instead of having to do this shit, right?
Right.
Absolutely phenomenal. Now, I actually escaped getting a set of these because my doctor said my eyesight got better this year, so I did not have to do it. But I guarantee you, when I do, and it's coming hard, I'm going over to Tactical RX for a set of those, because think about that for a second, how you got to position your head on them bifocals trying to shoot straight. Not an easy thing to do.
No.
Great company, great people. Go visit them. They're awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Sorry, I got stuck just finishing up these last few tabs to talk about. Let me fix it on. There was one other story about a 13-year-old that gunned down home invaders with his mom's gun. One dead, one arrested. That was back on September 4th. Check out Controversial Times if you want to read or learn about that. But classic story. Guy knew where the kid knew where the gun was and knew how to use it. And what else? Brody box number 2. Our buddy Brody. Look at that. I can do that reverse. Our buddy Brody. Got the first Brody box. The second one is underway. I've got t-shirt from Liberty 13 in here. Thanks again to Ray there. Bunch of stickers, bunch of patches, some other cool stuff, plus the Tough Products towaway bag. We'll continue to get some more stuff for that as the next couple weeks go by. But I wanted to throw it out there to everybody watching in the chats, et cetera, et cetera. I need a nominee or two. If you know somebody that is deserving, somebody that's a fan of the gun world, that's got a cool story or doesn't get out to get to shoot enough or anything, whatever the story may be, somebody that needs a pick-me-up, let us know. We'll put them in consideration for the Brody bag and this next one. And it'll be nice to get a few other people that we can get in succession for the ones that come after that. So send your notifications or anything like that. Just PM us on Facebook on the Gun News Weekly page or on the Inspire page, which is easy to find now. Like I said, that's Facebook /Gun News Weekly, Facebook /Inspire Interviews. And what else? Thanks to L2D Combat, Key Bar, Grizzly Targets. Shout out to Lanzang. We're still working on the giveaway for them and the best way to do that. But it's basically make sure you're subscribed to the Gun News Weekly YouTube page. If you don't know about that, go check that page out because there's the video about the awesome 308 barrel that we're giving away.
Hey, dude, that Brody box really inspires me, man. I mean, really does. What a great thing you're doing for guys that need a lift. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's again, and we have access to some stuff that people just will never. So why not share it?
And people would love to have things that you might take for granted in the industry. A lot of people would love to put on their wall, love to have a stow bag. I mean, come on, man, that's awesome stuff, dude.
Yep. No doubt about it. And I also wanted to mention something that I've been using almost every day. These Tough Products mag holders. It's got that rubbery, grippy neoprene texture. The way it's cut and slimlined, I mean, it's very thin on the front edge, and then it's got a nice wraparound nylon on the part that sits on the. They've been great. I've been wearing this in my left pocket, whether it's jeans or shorts or whatever, and they're fantastic. And I know that she's got a coupon code over there, Tack Daddy. I think you get 20% off. I don't even know how much they are, but that is Tough Products, made in the USA. Check them out. It's a good easy.
Save your mags too. It'll save your mags. Right now I'm running, I usually run a mag just sitting in my pocket, and dude, that thing fills up with lint and coins and all kinds of crazy crap. Having that little extra lift on that thing to keep it off the bottom of your pocket would be a lifesaver. Yeah,
I carried without anything for quite some time, but now that I've switched to it, I really do like them.
Good product, good company.
Yep. Shout out to Mule and his whole commitment to the Justin's Final Mission, # Justin's Final Mission. He's doing, I think, 100 videos to promote, again, suicide awareness amongst PTSD and TBI vets that we all know the number 22 a day, even though our politicians, based on the thing I saw last night, they thought it was 20 until Trump corrected them and said it is 22. But and we know that's just a number that's underreported. When we got involved with Stop Soldier Suicide, that was one of the first things that stood out on their website, was the fact that that's only with like 24, 25 states reporting. And that's the official number.
God, man, we just need to be treating our veterans better than we do. I mean, it's such a shame.
I think there's, we've done some video, we've done some things with with other channels and other people in the past. We've done different things to try to do what we can. But, you know, what I've noticed is there's definitely an awakening out there. My daughter texted me or shot me over the Instagram. Travis Barker from Blink 182 is doing the 22 push-up challenge right now. You know, who would have thought that, you know, tatted up drummer from California would give a shit, but you know, he does, and he's putting his push-ups where his mouth is, etc. So it's something to support. Make sure that you get out there, and the advice is that I've been given that I try to help, you know, do what I can is talk to a vet. If you know one, just talk to them. You'll know if they need your help. You'll know. You'll have a conversation, and you'll see where they're at and what's going on. And that's probably the best thing that we can all do. If you have someone in your family that's been down that road or wherever, do what you can. Thanks everybody watching. We've got a good number in the channel tonight. Couple of people on Facebook. Do appreciate you checking us out on Gun News Weekly. What else? A couple websites to talk about: TacDaddy.com, EverydayCarryLife.com. If you need plastic, you need nylon, you need stuff for your everyday carry, go check out those websites, please. It does help support us. You'll find great brands there like Nate Squared Tactical, Keybar, and others. And that was the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick. Just the simple key bars are awesome. You know, I've got one that's kind of a backup. Got the We the People on there and the key bar. If you don't know what key bars are, it just takes your jingle and it makes it stop the noise. Variety of different
also
colors.
Organizes them, gives you something decent to hang on to if you got a clock of, you know, you got to get down and dirty with it.
They have them.
The other really cool thing about Keybar, Kevin, is that they got all them options you can buy with it. You know what I mean? Like the mustache comb. I thought that was cool. You know what I mean? And the screwdrivers and stuff that just fit. You know, they just go in. You got a full selection of that stuff. That's pretty cool, man.
Check out keybar.us. They've got other cool stuff like EDC trays, et cetera, et cetera. All right, let's wrap it up. How do we do that? Everything. Please check out the Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing. I did want to also share just one last look to prove that it's a reality. Please go over and hit that like button on the Inspire page over on Facebook. That would be awesome. Right now, there's a little video on there, but like I said, there will be pictures, behind the scenes stuff. Maybe a contest or two. We haven't gotten that far ahead of the game yet, but it would be worth it. I promise you. Thanks to our sponsors. We'll be talking about them there, et cetera, et cetera.
It's a good looking page, man. I really like that page.
It's getting there. It just started.
The Inspire right there is awesome, dude. It looks great.
Got some action on the first video. That's good to see. And then everything else. Let's talk. I've had a crazy month, bro. I've had a crazy while. Shit went sideways on me on something I was trying to do to follow up and take care of business and continue doing things with fun people. The PayPal thing. I wake up one day and all of a sudden PayPal sends me something and says, as of right now, your ability to accept PayPal is suspended because you have violated this policy that we changed the rules on. And you check the checklist, and even though you've been doing business with this for 4 years with this stuff, all of a sudden now you can't sell knives that fold. You can't sell. Again, I don't want to get into it, but you can't sell. And again, you agree to this. I understand this is part of it. You agree to these terms, but they changed it. They changed it recently. The one thing that they changed for sure, because I'm positive it wasn't in the original agreement, was magazines. No more sales of magazines with more than 10 rounds. So I don't know who's making that judgment call over at PayPal, but they made me go drop a bunch of product. Again, I had a choice, and the choice that was easy and simple is, all right, you know what? Looks like TacDaddy.com's not selling PMags anymore for a while until I figure out what the heck we're going to do. Same thing with a bunch of great knife companies that they say if you have a lock feature, you're good, and if it's a fixed blade, you're good. Explain that live.
Yeah, because when you flip it down and it doesn't have a lock, that makes it way more dangerous. That's a assault knife. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And let me just tie this back to what we were saying earlier. Everything they can get right now, they're going to go after, and that means all their influence within all the companies that run all the money. right? They're going to take every opportunity to take your rights away at every step with all the influence they can muster.
Right.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well, I've been thinking about this. So anyway, that stuff goes down. Then, the realization about, needing to change gears and go in a different direction with Inspire, which again, that's all good now. And then basically got to the end of the road with a couple of the co-hosts on Gun News Weekly, to the point that, again, things change. I've drawn a couple comparisons. One's is, you team up with someone, you're doing some things, and you have a parallel train track. 1 degree off is not a big deal 100 yards down, but you get down the road and that 1 degree, all of a sudden your world's apart. And things that fit at first sometimes don't fit later. It's just the way things are. Things change, evolve. I think some of the ideals of what this show is and what it should be, we got crisscrossed and got to the point where it just doesn't make sense anymore. We'll continue on. We've been doing this thing for 3 years in some capacity. And it's not some, again, cut all ties and you'll never see them again. These guys won't be on Thursday nights, but don't be surprised if you see us still doing some pretty fun and interesting projects, maybe some other things that contribute to the Gun News Weekly family. Obviously, Schwell's involved in the Inspire series, et cetera, et cetera. So that's that, like I said, and Ross, you've been here since the start. Appreciate it. You've seen some changes along the way. We keep on chugging and trying to provide gun news in a way that we're still having fun on Thursday nights. If we're not having fun, it's not worth it. We've always said that. And that's just the way it is. So
yeah, man. And you know what? I missed not being here last week. I want to thank everybody who sent us PMs telling us how important we were to them. There were a few of them. And we're back, and we'll continue to have fun and do this thing and inform people and inspire people and create an environment that is fun and enjoyable for us and our viewers. And again, thank you to everybody in the chat tonight.
Yep.
You guys make this thing what it is. So
right on. We've been here a while. We've been doing this for a while. We've laughed. We've cried. I've cried a couple times a while. So we've been there, done that, and it sucks that part of the relationships is moving on. But like I said, all the best to those guys. We love them to death, and again, they're still our brothers, and it is what it is. Thank you to Frank and everybody else that has supported us along the way as well. Ross, I'll talk to you next week, bro.
Yes, you will, brother.
You got it. Everybody, once again, last call. Go over to Inspire on Facebook. Check it out. We do appreciate that push and that help. That's something we're very passionate about. 2 more episodes dropping this calendar month before the Big 3 event. So working hard to get that done. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate the sponsors. Thanks again. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.